27-10. We're going to talk about the man of the moment before we get onto anything else. George Ford, talk me through it, because you've talked him up throughout, like, the build
Mm.
up, all the warm up games, and how particular he is with his kicking style,
Yeah.
how he strikes it. You've always said that if anyone wanted to base a kicking style of someone, he's the guy.
Mm.
Yeah, what did you think?
Mate, unreal. Again, I'll just echo what you just said. It's the technical side of his game, of his kicking, is literally picture perfect. Again, if you watch his penalties, if you watch his drop goals, yes, but more so his penalties, trust his timing, trust his process, keeps his head down well after he's kicked the ball, trust that whatever he's done, he's going to get that ball to the target. And he looked up every time and they were going through the middle of the post, which, he's a great goal kicker, but in that moment, that atmosphere today as well just seemed unreal. It was almost like being at Twickenham. I mean, sitting on the sofa over here in Australia, like it sounded like they were playing at Twickenham. But yeah, he just had just that old head, mate, again, around new players. I think we've touched on this as well. It's like having that balance between youth, that sort of excitement from the youth players, but then also having those experienced players to really ground those younger players if need be at those important times. But he just steered the ship the way he had to, mate. He sort of closed that game out. Yeah, it was good to watch. He doesn't always play like that. I'm not going to lie. He's not always he's always reliable off the boot, but I feel like I think I've said prior, his general game can be quite basic, I guess, in this
Yeah.
day and age.
Yep.
But he's always solid. He always does a job. But today just showed me, he can, if you're looking for someone to settle the team down and just steer the ship, he's your man.
Yeah. And
Unreal.
I think the biggest thing for me was, and it's probably their game plan going into it, was anywhere from the 10-meter looking to set him up for either a drop goal. I mean, how many drop
Yeah.
goals? Three? Was it 3
Three, yeah.
drop goals? And
And
any
good.
penalty from 10 meters or the halfway, because Elliot Daly took a few. I think he missed the one, but anything from there in was just go for post.
I was just going to say, I just had his, he obviously got man of the match. I heard his interview and he was saying, obviously, a bit of a greasy ball. So, and obviously being one man down so early as well, any opportunity they had of scoring points, they had to take. And luckily, I mean, you just touched on the 3 drop goals he got. They were hit so well. One was from the halfway line, and
Yeah.
it just sailed through. So,
Yeah.
again, it's one of those moments where you lose a guy so early, and it's like, all right, shit. Now we've really got what's our plan B? We've talked a lot about this. So plan B, plan A is what we go with. But yeah, he just sort of, I feel like he settled everyone down, and not even as a kicker, but as players for England as well. When you see that scoreboard ticking over, when you know in your head that you're a man down, it's a bit of a confidence boost. So that he to me, that was like almost a perfect game from George Ford today.